Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back with another video. I'm going to be doing a review to the 1-0 loss against Burnley last night, as we all know. Yeah, I mean, it is, going to be an interesting show. So like I say, if you do want to kind of let me know your thoughts in the chat, I'm more than happy to kind of read them out. But yeah, please, like I said, get involved and be good to kind of get a discussion. Hello then, Matt. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I mean, first of all, obviously, if you do like this video, please hit the like button. It does help with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. We are at 116 subscribers, can you believe now? So we are on the road to 200, which is just amazing to say, and it still feels kind of surreal. But yeah, it is actually obviously happening. Like I say, I just want to say, obviously, I know I did say I was going to do a vlog yesterday, but it was a pretty difficult day when I kind of woke up yesterday morning. Sorry. So I decided against doing the vlog last night, so I just wanted to kind of go to the game and just watch the game. Obviously, I will be going to the England Women's Euros final. Obviously, we are taking on Germany tomorrow, tea time. There will be a vlog for that, I promise you. I won't let you down. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But obviously, we are here to discuss the Burnley match last night. Now, I mean, let's just get stuck into it because there is a lot to say on last night, I'm afraid, and for all the wrong reasons, unfortunately. Now, obviously, starting with the team lineups. I mean, to be honest with you, when I saw the team lineup, I wasn't that happy, if I'm honest. Obviously, I think that I know it's easy to say this in hindsight, but I'm sorry, Danny, but you got it wrong. You got the starting 11 wrong. I think you played it far too safe, in my opinion. In terms of picking players that obviously were with us last season. And if you bring in new players, you've got to bring them in if they're ready. It doesn't matter if they're new, old, or whatever. And I couldn't understand why. Obviously from my team selection as well, I would have started Radoni and Tino with Nakayama as well. I'm not sure he's thinking behind the lineup, if I'm honest. I mean, let's talk about the first half then. I mean, yeah, it wasn't very nice viewing from our point of view, was it? I mean, it was really absolutely shocking. And it cost us the game. Like I say, it did cost us the game, that first half. I mean, the midfield were completely nowhere to be seen at times. Passing going astray, no fluidity, no creativity at all. And it was just awful. It was absolutely awful. And obviously, had it not been for Nickel as well, by the way, we would have probably been a few goals behind at half time. He did make some good saves in that first half to keep us in it. That's what he did all last season as well. But yeah, it wasn't very good at all, was it? Obviously their goal. I mean, if you look at the goal, I mean, I did look at the highlights, or as I say, the highlights from last night, because obviously I had to kind of refresh memory, obviously. And yeah, it wasn't very good. I mean, if you look at the first goal, I mean, it was too easy. I mean, okay, great strike by Matson. I've got to give him credit for that. But if you see, before it got to him, there were kind of a loose pass that kind of, obviously, it did look like it slowed up before it got to him, but nobody got near it. I mean, it was a fantastic shot, like I say, but a poor goal to concede, from my opinion. Hello, Doug. Welcome on in, mate. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Ryan. That was a very poor performance. Thank goodness it was on in the first game. I mean, yeah, there is that. It is on the first game, but it certainly wasn't a very inspiring game to start with, was it? And if you remember last season as well, we opened our account with a 5-1 loss to Fulham. And look what happened. Obviously, the season progressed. But, yeah, it it just feels like we made, obviously from last season, it feels like we've gone backwards again, unfortunately, and that's what it felt like in this game last night. I mean, obviously, yeah, Burnley was all over in that first half, like I say. And yeah, I mean, second half we came out and it was a lot better, admittedly. Man, you couldn't get any worse. Now, he did make substitutions, but I would have made him at half time. I'm not sure why he waited 10 minutes after the restart to make changes, in my opinion, because that first half showed no kind of signs of improving going into the second half. So why didn't you make the change in the right after half time? Obviously, we saw Radoni come on and Tino. I mean, what an impact! These guys made an impact within a few minutes of coming on, more than Holmes and Koroma did in the whole of the first half, which really did kind of prove a point to Danny that they should have been starting in the first place, because they showed everything you want in a performance from a Town player. That work ethic, that team spirit as well, and working hard for one another, and just going for it and just being brave on the ball and trying stuff even though it doesn't come off. You've just got to be brave, and they were really aggressive as well, which was fantastic as well. Because they had 1 or 2 half chances in the second half from us. I mean, maybe that's making it too kind, really, because it probably were one chance really that we had. But yeah, I mean, it was not good enough at all, was it? It was absolutely shocking. Now I'm going to look at the match stats here, which I'm always good with. I always like a stat now. So the possession was 31% to us. I mean, that's unheard of for Huddersfield Town side, by the way. We're usually the ones that are dictating play and really taking the game to the opponent. But yeah, we had the least of the ball, which isn't usual for us at all, like I say. Now, they obviously had 70% of the ball. Let's look at the shots as well, because 2 shots from us, and none, 0 on target from us. I mean, come on, and that is just not good enough at all, and unacceptable, really. It's just shocking. To go the whole game without no shots on target. I mean, it's just, it's just unacceptable. Like I say, obviously they had 16 shots with 7 on target. So yeah, you could see the domination. Obviously, they had more passes than us. In fact, they had more than double our passes. They had 599 to our 261. But yeah, guys, if you do want to kind of get involved in the chat, let me know what your thoughts were on the game. But yeah, I've probably kind of rambled on a bit, so we're going to take a quick 30-second break. So join me for the second part of the review show. So yeah, we are back, of course. So yeah, like I say, guys, if you do like the video, please hit the like button. It does help with the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 200 subscribers. So please, if you are new around here and you've come across my stream by chance, like I said, please hit the subscribe button. It is free, so why not? Plenty more to come from me in the future in terms of content too. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I just want to kind of give a summary of it and then kind of, look ahead now. I mean, yeah, it was one of those, wasn't it? All that excitement. I really did believe going into the game, by the way, if we got the game plan right and we applied ourselves correctly, I think we could have won yesterday. No disrespect to Burnley, but obviously, We were at home, and I felt like we were the team that should have taken the game to Burnley, and I don't think they'll get an easier away win all season, if I'm honest. Um, it was just awful, and I've said that so many times. But it was, honestly. Um, Now, obviously, I think the one goal as well, by the way, by Burnley flattered us. I think they deserve more than that, because obviously the domination they showed throughout the game. Yeah, they wanted more, if I'm honest. Like I say, the second half did kind of offer some signs of improvement, but still did not manage a shot on target, or any clear cut opportunity to speak of, really, of note. I mean, kind of a few conclusions. I mean, the lineup, was not suited to the formation. I'm not sure why he went with a 4-4-2, and kind of just did what he did, because it just didn't make any sense to me. I mean, let's talk about Chrome, because I spoke highly of Chrome, obviously. Well, I didn't speak highly of him. I kind of felt like, someone like Josh could really restart under Danny, and he looked a lot better. He looked a lot fitter in training, and signs were promising. But yesterday, it was just awful. The minimum you expect from a player is to see them put in effort. And at times he was just ambling around the pitch. He had opportunities to the decision making again has not improved. Chrome, I'm sorry, but it wasn't. And I just had so much optimism for him. And I know it's only one game, to be honest with you, so let's not count our chickens just yet. But the signs are not good, and for me, we have to put this result behind us now. Obviously, it was so bad, like I say. But yeah, I am looking to get a guest on, by the way, because it will be good to speak to someone. But yeah, I really don't know what else to say, if I'm honest with you, because I feel like I've covered. I don't kind of feel like I'm moaning on and on about this, but yeah, the reality is we have to be better than that. And I know that we obviously started last season with that unimpressive 5-1 kind of thumping against Fulham, but I just felt like if we could start the season with a win, it would give us so much advantage, going into the other games. But no game is easy in the Championship, and we have to get we couldn't get the basics right in this match either. We couldn't, like I say, we couldn't pat. Yeah, there was so much spaces in behind as well. Yeah, of course, Jordan, you can come on. I'll just send you the link now via WhatsApp, so bear with me a moment. But yeah, like I kind of say, let somebody else speak for a moment, because I'm just rambling on probably, and yeah, it's just not really helping the situation. But yeah, overall, it was. I don't want to keep repeating that. But yeah, Jordan should be coming on very soon. So yeah, I've just sent you the link. So yeah, it would be good to hear what you thought of the game. But yeah, just going to see. Yeah, like I said, the stats was all for all to see. We've got to be that goalkeeper as well, by the way, for them. I know he's a new one, but to me, he did look a bit shaky. So we didn't even test him at all. It was just. I think there's a way to lose a match, and this wasn't the way to lose a match. I'm not saying that, obviously I did back us to win the match before going into this game. But obviously Burnley are a very good side. But this wasn't about Burnley for me. This was about us and what we did and how we applied ourselves. And it just wasn't good enough, and it fell way below the standards. Now, I've got a guest on here. He's arrived in the stream, so we're just going to get him on now and let John talk for a bit because I'm just speechless at the moment. If I'm honest, I just don't know where we go from here either. But yeah, welcome onto the stream. Hello there.
Hello, how are we doing?
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know really. I mean, I'm just speechless. Obviously, a bit disheartened a bit from yesterday, if I'm honest with you, John. I just think that I expected way better than what we saw. I'm not saying, obviously, I know I did back us to win, and I wasn't saying that we were going to win convincingly. We were going to definitely win, but I expected more than that, regardless of losing or not. There's a way to lose a match, and that was not it.
So, I think, like, the second half, wow. Yeah, we actually, but that first half, I've commented on it all day today. I've never, ever seen Huddersfield Town play like that before. I've never seen a team. I've gone to Sunday, open age Sunday teams, and I've not seen the damage done like it was done yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I was... Like, even the first 10, 15 minutes, the players were, like, sweating, trying to run to the ball, and they looked out of breath. For me, it was the fitness. I personally think, from what I took from the game, was the fitness. I literally was sat there, and I was watching all the players literally struggling to even win the ball. Like, there was no pressing, there was no marking. The issue with the first half was the midfield. The midfield was an absolute shambles. Hogg and Russell, like, I was literally hearing it. Like, it was obviously at the end of the match, the possession ended up being 70%, 30%, which is still really bad. But in the first half, it was 78% possession by Burnley. 78%. Like that is just, there's something massively wrong there.
I mean, just touching on it though, but was you happy with the starting 11 that was start? Because I personally would have liked to have seen a few of the new players coming there. I think that Danny played it far too safe for my liking it from that aspect. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you've obviously you've proved me wrong about Holmes for sure. Bloody hell, Holmes were absolutely terrible yesterday. But the worst player on that pitch yesterday in that first half for me was Josh Koroma.
Yeah, you got it.
Like he just there was no pace, there was no nothing, there was no urgency to try and get the ball. Like when they were pressing, when our team eventually got the ball and pressing, I was expecting him to make a run down the lines, like, and there was just nothing. And then when he got the ball, he just didn't know what to do with it. He looked absolutely lost.
He did. It's just I felt like Koroma could really hit the reset button this city. He looked a lot better in pre-season in terms of the way he looked like he'd been in the gym. Put it that way.
But that's what I mean. I think obviously when we're talking, like, when pre-season comes, yeah, like it probably looks better because of the teams. Like we were up against Burnley, and obviously it's clear to see that Burnley are a team to be reckoned with this season if they play like that.
They are, but to be honest with you, they won't get it any easier than what they did with the John Smiths. Let's put it that way, that's for sure. Because yeah, we were absolutely terrible. I mean, Russell, for all I do like Russell, and I'm not picking at players here, and he's great on the ball. But when he's off the ball, he's so slow to get across, isn't he? And I mean, the midfield. I mean, I don't understand what
I think it is high. I think Russell, because he's so tall, like as an aerial threat and things like that, is absolutely fantastic, and the strength of him. And when obviously, like I said, when he's on the ball and stuff, but like off the ball is the reason why he's so slow. I really do believe it's just his height. It's one of the. It looks like a centre back to me, Russell, but obviously he's not. The height on him and things like that. But yeah, I don't know what he were doing, because normally he plays all right, Russell. I quite like him.
Yeah, I mean, I always questioned him a bit last season, though, to be honest with you, in terms of that kind of, that ability to maybe do more than he does off the ball than he does on it, and that's not really improved. I mean, he is in that position, so he does need to be a lot quicker. I know his height is, kind of maybe a reason, but he's in that position. He needs to be getting closer. I mean, second half.
I think Sorba Thomas as well, though. I think he was off it.
I mean, to be honest with you, when everybody else is off it, you can't expect one player to, and okay, Sorba wasn't the greatest, yesterday, but who was? Who was yesterday? Nobody was. Nobody was on it yesterday, and it wasn't acceptable from any player. We know what Sorba's level can be, but he can't do it all on his own, and I think that that's the reality.
I thought Edmonds Green had a pretty good game.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, a few
actually.
I mean, it was good to see him obviously start, and he looked great, didn't he? And obviously, he did get taken off, towards the end of the game, but I liked him as well. So good shout there. I mean, that second half was a lot better, like I say. Don't really want to go much about the first half. It was a good goal by Burnley, but again, I think that we could have closed them a bit better than we did from that angle. But anyway, second half, like I said, was better. I mean, what did you think of Tino and Radoni when they came on? Because I thought they did more in a few minutes than Holmes and Crone put together in the whole 45 that they played in the first half.
Yeah, mate, I got goosebumps when they came on. I literally did. You just felt like the uproar, and like you just saw a glimpse of what Tino can do when he was on the ball. Like literally, he was winning the ball, he was tackling, he was actually getting the ball, and then driving forward and getting into that box. And Radoni as well. I think obviously Radoni he tried a few cheeky tricks, which obviously I know some didn't actually pull off, but that doesn't matter to me. Like the confidence for his age, especially coming from Wimbledon to Championship and to try and get that against Burnley, it just shows. And I saw a few times Radoni when they were taking the throw in and things like that, it was actually telling the players, telling Hogg and telling Russell, telling the other players on the pitch to mark men as well, and like demanding and stuff. So no, really good. I think they'll be excellent, and I think honestly, in regards to them two, I think they should start against Birmingham definitely.
Well, I'm sorry, but if they don't start, there's a real problem. And I'm sorry, but if they could not have done any more, like I say, I agree with you though as well. I don't care if things don't come off all the time. I just want to see a player that's looking interested, giving everything and trying new things. And it doesn't matter, like I said, Radoni, when he came on, full of energy, trying stuff. Tino as well, it looked a lot sharper. My goodness, you can tell he's had a full pre-season under his belt. I think these players can get stronger and stronger. But
I think honestly, like the result, it is the first game of the season, and I think, like I said, with that happening yesterday, the positive to look at it from is probably that now Daniel Schofield's going to look at that now, and hopefully, like you said, if he doesn't change that team sheet now, then there's something seriously wrong. So he needs to switch it around now, learn from it, and go with obviously Tino and Radoni up front with Sorba there and Daniel. I think that'll be absolutely outstanding, honestly. And I think if Hogg and Russell, I think Hogg and Russell will start again. I really do think that it'll put them both there. But if they play like that again in Birmingham, that's it. Something needs to change there as well. And I think that Carlos played three at the back, didn't he? Or was it four?
He did. He did like the three at the back, Carlos. Yeah, and then obviously with the wing backs and obviously third. But to me, the formation, I don't understand the philosophy at all really from this club at the moment. I mean, Danny needs to obviously he's learned from last night, and we need to move forward here. But one thing's for sure, he needs to learn quickly because he won't get time in his job if it continues. And obviously Birmingham next week, obviously it's another game. But I mean, just touched upon last night. Finally, I mean, to have no shots on target, I mean, it's just not.
No, mate. No, and I literally got back home last night, and my girlfriend was like, "You've gone again." Like, obviously, she saw how good. Like, when I went to the playoff final, yeah. The thing I wasn't gutted about losing, I was more gutted about coming home and being like, "There's no shots on target." And then when I came back, my girlfriend was like, "I can't believe that I'd one shot on target again." And I think because we only had two shots in general, I think if we'd have had more shots, we'd have probably got one shot on target. But there's just no delivery to Ward. Like, I think Ward had a good get. It wasn't Ward just didn't get in here.
No, yeah.
You see him? He was running one. He was marking his man. He was putting the effort. He was putting shift in and that, and he played the full game until obviously Rhodes came on. But like, Yeah, and I think obviously Daniel Schofield saw that. Otherwise, he'd have probably taken Ward off it. He left Ward until like 86th, 87th minute, and then obviously put Rhodes on the seat.
Yeah, Danny Ward couldn't do anything in that game last night. Let's be honest, he just had nothing to go off, unfortunately. And you know, we have to be, you know, like I say, more creative on the ball here. You know, the passing is awful, and yeah, we're second to every ball as well, which is another disappointing part of last night, by the way. You know, I can accept a loss, but you know, when you're second to every single ball, I mean, it's just not acceptable.
Like when we were clearing as well, the first half, I was getting so annoyed. I was literally sat there, and every time we cleared the ball, Burnley got it back. Burnley got it back. Burnley got it back. Burnley got it back. And I was like, where is that midfield presence to take that ball when it's cleared? There was nothing. There was not like that. And I think yesterday, like, I'm just thinking to myself, what we missed. Yes, what we were missing yesterday was Lewis O'Brien. I'm not bringing back up obviously past players now, and it's happened. But what we was missing, I think, was Lewis O'Brien in that middle of that park, running around because that's what like Hogg and Russell were just like when we were clearing that ball. That's where I expect Hogg or Russell or Holmes to pick up that ball, but they were nowhere. But Burnley are a good team, but they're a good team out there.
Yeah, nobody knew what they were doing on the pitch last night. It seemed nobody knew what they were doing at all.
Do you think that could be part of how the pre-season went, with obviously sending different players to different games?
Probably, yeah. To be honest, because like I said, I think the pre-season wasn't ideal, was it? Because like I said, the shortness of the pre-season, you know, having to play 2 games on a Saturday, you know, in the last few weeks, kind of thing, is not ideal at all. But we couldn't do anything because obviously the pre-season was so short. Because of this World Cup, you know, which, yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous, really. I mean, but yeah, I do think it did probably play a part. I mean, what did you think of Ruffles last night, by the way? Did you like what you saw of him, or what did you think?
No, I think I wouldn't say were. A lot of people I've said a lot of people yesterday in stands, and I was sat there saying Ruffles has had a bad game as well and things like that. But I don't know. Obviously, there's not much we can do though, is there? Because yeah, Lee, that first tackle that Lee's put in, I don't know if you remember, but Barnes was on the ball, and this were like probably like 8th or 9th minute, and he was literally about to shoot, and Lees comes running up with a solid side tackle, and that were amazing. Lees is outstanding, but I'm just a bit skeptical about Ruffles. I'm not too sure. I don't think he had the best game yesterday. Like no one really did, to be honest. But
yeah, I mean, it's hard to judge, isn't it? Really. I mean, hello Anthony, welcome, by the way. Hi Ryan, yes, I agree with Doug. Huddersfield didn't do a lot, but like all of our teams, we learn from it and go on to the next game. But Bristol City to beat Hull, yeah, of course. Good luck to you, Anthony, with going to that game, watching Bristol.
But I think, like obviously, there'll be a difference. From this Burnley transition to this Birmingham game, there'll be a difference, and we will get a goal, and I know we will, and we will have a shot on target. I think. In my head yesterday, I was sat there and I was looking across at Vincent Kompany, which were pretty. I enjoyed that because I like Vincent Kompany as a player. I think he was absolutely outstanding for Man City.
Yeah,
and I think that he's learned from like Pep Guardiola and Roberto Mancini and things, the fundamentals of football and the passing and things like that. So I think talking about Burnley now, I think Burnley will do really good this season. I think that. Obviously, in regards to I was pretty surprised, to be honest, because I think that we did actually get through the defence quite a few times in that second half. But I think obviously as a team, Burnley, I think obviously defensively they'll be outstanding this season. I like that Scott Twine as well. That Scott Twine looks decent. Did you see his free kick? His free kick wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good, like I said. But I'm not.
Naki, that free kick at 87th minute, I was expecting Sorba to take, and then Nakayama took it, and I thought, oh god, don't do that again. Did you see that free kick he took at end?
Yeah, I know. To be fair to him,
Sorba take it?
I know. I don't know, to be honest with you, but I think that just kind of summed up his game really from a personal point of view. Sorba on a good day would have said, "Look, I'm taking this," but obviously he let Nakayama take it. Yeah. But like I said, I don't want to take any credit away from Burnley here. Obviously, they were brilliant. You know, they're a good side. I like Burnley. They're a great club. I've got them to go straight back up to the Premier League. There's no. I actually think they'll finish as first.
The fans were loud as well, weren't they? They had good fans.
Yeah, like I said, not a long journey, is it? No, to be fair. Yeah,
they shut us up after like 5 minutes.
There was nothing to shout about, though, was there? Though, from our point of view, if I'm honest. And look, you guys, I wanted you guys in the Prem. Thank you for coming in, by the way. It looks like you're a West Ham fan, but yeah, thank you for the message. Yeah, I know what you meant, Mike. Like I said, yeah, please, like I said, Matt says like the video and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, we have to put this behind us now. We have to move forward. We have to learn from this. We have to grow. But I mean, oh yeah, one thing I want to mention about last night as well is obviously, yeah, I mean, Kasumu coming on, he looked good when he came on. They also got injured. I mean, that doesn't look good, does it, at all? Because we know how injury prone he is, and it doesn't look like he's going to be playing anytime soon again.
No. When it came on, I thought, oh, here we go, and then he gets injured, and that's just our luck as well. That seems to happen quite often, doesn't it? In a season like it happened. Obviously, when we got Tino, we got injured, and then we had to wait for a bit for him to actually come on. But literally, Tino honestly, like Tino looks outstanding, and I genuinely believe he, just from looking and the perception of how the fans took him yesterday, he is going to be our star performer this season. I really do think so.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. To be honest with you, I think that Tino will continue to grow as long as he can keep fit. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we've got a real player, and like I said, the sharpness of him last night was impressive. I'm not going to lie to you. And if we would have had that from the starting point, I'm not saying we would have won the game, but I think that we would have, and if we'd have started with Donny as well, we would have looked a better outfit.
To me, Sorba looked tired. He's had a lot of minutes, hasn't he? He's had a lot of minutes in Wales, and we're playing for their team and stuff. I just thought it looked off it. Like, it wasn't bad, but I'm saying didn't make any like stupid shitty mistakes. I'm just saying that when I was watching him, I've seen him play better. I've seen all players play better. I just think that is he a bit tired or what? Because there's not much competition in his position, is there? No one to replace him in that position.
Is he too comfortable in that position? You mean? Obviously, he's not got competition. I mean, I don't know why he would be tired though, because obviously I know he's played minutes for Wales and stuff, but everybody that's kind of, I suppose, not got much insight. But I don't know. He just didn't look on it, did he, last night? But nobody did. I mean, there's always next week, isn't there? And we've got to just focus on that now because.
Yeah, are you going to Birmingham? Because I'm in two minds. If I'm going on my own, then I'm not going. But if you're going to Birmingham and you're happy for me,
I'll be going. I ain't got my ticket yet, admittedly, because I've kept holding it off. But I am going.
I haven't got my ticket yet because obviously it's only open to season card holders at the moment. So
it's Monday, isn't it? So
yeah.
It won't sell out because obviously it's a Friday night now, so there's no chance of it selling out now. So. And especially after last night, I don't think it'll inspire people to go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be going to that one. But yeah, I think we've kind of covered anything, unless you want to kind of give me your final thoughts overall and kind of what you think should happen going forward, whatever.
Just Tino and Radoni needs to start. Hodgson Russell will probably start again against Birmingham, but if they play anything like that again, then something needs to change. Maybe I think the formation might be a bit wrong as well. I think, but then again, I also think a left back and right back. Okay, now I didn't see any pace. Like obviously Burnley, that Matheson, is it?
Yeah, Matheson.
He was quite fast and I felt like our players were struggling to catch up to him. So if we come against any pacey wingers like that again, that is going to be one of our downfalls, because obviously we don't really have they make the tackles eventually and get there, but all teams need is a bit of pace on left wing and right wing, and they've bet our man.
I mean, it's a good point actually. We haven't got much pace, have we, in the squad? I mean,
there's no pace, and I put on a Twitter post this morning. I put a comment on someone's Twitter post this morning, terriers.com, and I said that any team that's got some pace going forward will be able to score 1 or 2 or 3 goals at least. But then again, Lee Nichols did, without Lee Nichols, would it have been like 2, 3, 4-0? Because that
Yeah, that's
first
right.
couple of
Yeah,
saves, he made some really good saves actually.
yeah,
But
it did. Yeah, it did.
it's like last season, really, isn't it? That.
Yeah, absolutely. Aidan, hello there. Welcome on in, by the way. Josh Crone was bad as well. I think we need to improve our midfield, but Burnley was brilliant yesterday and they played one-touch football. That's a real Premier League team. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with. I mean, improve our midfield. I mean, yeah, the problem is though, if that combination with Hogg and Russell doesn't work, then who do we get? Who else is in the squad that can come in, or do we need to be looking in the market because there is still a month to go until the window closes, of course. There is
I don't
time.
think he'll be able to afford it unless we get another loan player and another loan player comes. I think they might focus on loans. I think from reading obviously the club statement now, me personally, a lot of people saying they don't understand the direction, but I actually understand it now. I'm happy that Dean Hoyle's come out and made the statement that he has because it gives me more of an idea financially where we're at. We've actually got no money. We're actually losing money every single season, and the selling of Toffolo and O'Brien wasn't. It's not about obviously trying to get to buy players to make the club better. It's actually is sold them players just to obviously keep financially stable, because without that financial stability, moving forward in the long term, we're not going to be able to cope. So the reason why he sold O'Brien and Toffolo, we need to sell players like that, is so that the debt and things reduces. So before it was 15 million every season for the next 5 years, but the selling of them two players is now 5 million every season. So we actually lose him, and then people are like, well, you just need to sell up. What businessman in the right mind is going to buy a club that's losing 5 million every season?
Exactly. It is. And like I say, people that are saying, why don't you sell up? The reality is here is, if it wasn't for Dean, we would be in massive trouble, by the way, because obviously with the situation with Phil. So we should be.
Yeah, I understand, but yeah, I understand completely now, and I've got nothing against Dean Oil. I think he needed to put that statement out clearly to the fans to explain the fight. Because before, obviously, on this, I'm like, you need to buy this, you need to buy that. Well, I don't want to make myself sound stupid now and say, well, you need to buy this because there's actually not much money left to do that. That money from Toffolo and O'Brien isn't going to make replacements and solid replacements to spend 5-6 million, because that money's not there. That money is going to come every single year. 2.5 million is going to come every single year for the next 5 years to be able to pay off the money that's owed. So for me, I'd rather be in 5 million a season in debt rather than 15 million, because then we'll be in serious trouble next season if we don't do as well this season. And it's just you're gonna start seeing League One, and the last thing I want, I'd rather stay in the Championship than drop down to League One. Do you know what I mean? Rather than chase promotion, if we're gonna chase promotion, it's gonna make us financially lose everything. Then I'd rather just stay in the Championship till we get it right, until the money gets better.
Yeah, I totally understand. And like I said, that's what I was saying before, though. The reality is we don't want to be a team that obviously does like a Derby have done, spending money. And obviously, we've seen other situations. I've only picked out one situation there, a club that's got in trouble massively. But we don't want to have that kind of thing happening with us. Thought they were all rubbish apart from Rudin's. It's spineless. Yeah, I mean, I can't agree. I mean, I understand what you say. I understand your frustration as well. Do you think Schofield will last till December? It depends, because reality is, if these performances like last night continue, he will not last. He will not last.
Like the Cowley brothers. That's what yesterday's performance reminded me of when they first took over. But again, I think firstly, I think it happens every time for Huddersfield. I honestly, I think with Huddersfield Town, I think it's the first game of the season. That's what I'm saying yesterday. It's the first game of the season. From a pre-season reflection and to the team we're up against, it wasn't like I was going there I'm confident about Birmingham. I don't like Birmingham. I honestly think we'll get a win.
Yeah, but if we play like that, we won't. Because I don't care how that bad of a mess that Birmingham in at the moment. If we play like that, when we will not get anything in any game.
Yeah, I don't think we will though. I've got confidence now that I think that first game's done. They'll learn from it, and I think he'll play Rodoni and Tino now. If he doesn't, like you said, there's something seriously wrong. And with them starting, I think we'll get off to a better start for sure.
They deserve a start, and absolutely. And like I said, I understand obviously Burnley was a tough start last night, but
and if us as fans travel all the way to Birmingham on a Friday night, right, knowing the timings of having to get there and back home, and they put on a performance like they did yesterday, I tell you, I'm not going to a single away game until they sort the shit out again.
Oh, that is it. But yeah, you are more than welcome to join me in Birmingham because I will be going. So yeah, it is up to you, of course. The thing is, if you stated who is going to buy a club that's losing money and losing it quite at a large rate, I mean, yeah,
I think that 5 million's coming out of Dean Hoyle's pocket alone. It's not something that is like that 5 million is going to put in loans. So he's risking that 5 million he's currently losing at rate now, just off his own back in loans that he will have to pay back as an owner if things don't look better.
I think what he's trying to say though is whether this, like I said, welcome in by the way. Thank you for coming in by the way, Yorkshire's finest. New to the channel actually, so welcome. That's why I'm welcoming you. What he's trying to say is the model of the club. Whoever comes in is going to be losing money a lot more than maybe another club that you'd be looking at. And you know what I mean? I don't know why it is the way it is at Town with that kind of.
It's the kindness to fans. It's this season ticket malarkey. Now for me, I think I watch so if every existing season ticket holder this season, right, to get out of this final 5 million financial mess per season, Dean Hoyle would have to increase the season tickets, by an extra £333. If everyone who was a season ticket holder this season had paid an extra £333, then it'd be now for me. I wouldn't be able to afford that. I wouldn't be able to afford no chance. Like I wouldn't. Obviously, I just go to get. I don't get a season card anyway. I just buy single tickets and then go to every game I can try and get to. But yeah, I think that obviously that mess is probably there. I think that maybe the player wages as well. I think in terms of the player wages, I think I saw someone tweet the other day saying that they need to set a wage cap on players and things like that. I think that's a big spend as well, wages for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I respect Dean Hoyle for keeping the prices, at a relatively low rate for season cards. So yeah, I respect him for that as well, of course. But yeah, and it was a good crowd by the way as well, wasn't it? Last night, great attendance, over 20,000.
Yeah, wow. Do you know what though? He still looked like. I think I was seeing some comments of people saying it looked like you had empty seats. It didn't look that empty to me. I think obviously the upper core stand still looked, but that's always like that. I wouldn't say that everyone tries to avoid going to that stand anyway. That's normal. But from our stand, Chadwick Lawrence, that were full. Obviously South stand always gets full anyway, and the Fantastic Media could have been a little bit better. But 20,000 outstanding. Normally you get about 14,000, 15,000 on average, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think though with the game though, I think you've got to get fans going. So the fans tried to get them going, but it just wasn't working. So he's one of those. I
think after yesterday's performance, that number's going to drop. You get some Town fans, like no disrespect, they still support Town and they're still supporters, but I think some supporters will try and go to that first game of the season, notice that we're not on form, stop going, and then the end of the season, like it happened last time, trying to get a playoff ticket for final stuff, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I think after I think that a few thousand might drop after that.
Mind you, having said that though, the season card sales were a lot more higher than normal, wasn't it, this season? So maybe that's why the gate was so high.
Yeah, we're like 14,000, 15,000 or something. I'm not too sure.
No, I think they were more than that sold, from my understanding. I think they were more than that. But yeah, I think because it hit one of the records. I think it said in the kind of figures that it was similar parts to when we were in the Premier League. So it's good fun. Thought Sob was off key last night. Yeah, we've said that he definitely was, and like I said, we know the level Sob can get to, so that's why it's always highlighted when he doesn't play well. If our season tickets for adults go up to 350, 400, I simply can't afford it. I know in comparison to lots of lower league clubs, it's still very cheap, but that's just my financial position. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, I appreciate that, and I think it would be a lot harder for other people to actually get a ticket at that price as well. So yeah, I appreciate that, and like I say, we are thankful for Dean for keeping them prices low. Even though that is still low for a season card, like you say, obviously relatively speaking.
It is. It's amazing. It's outstanding.
But 350, 400, it's nothing really. I mean, compared to what other clubs kind of think. But obviously, it's good that Dean's kept it at that. Where do you think Huddersfield will finish? If we keep playing like we did yesterday, we will be lucky to survive. Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Definitely will be lucky to survive if we play like that. It is early days. Let's not jump the gun here.
No, I still think we're in a playoff position. It completely depends now on this new recruitment. I think, obviously, I've got faith in Tino. Radoni, I've got faith in him, but I just need to. I need to see a little bit more. I think the reason why I've got more faith in Tino is because of the club that he's come from. In regards to Chelsea, have got Tino and loaned him out for a reason. I've got more. I feel like as a player, I've just got a little bit more faith. I've got faith in Radoni, I think, but I really do think this recruitment, like if them players wasn't there, we wouldn't be in the playoffs. And I think obviously with Tino coming in, that I said to you, I think now I'm happy with the squad, and I think we've got a playoff position. I still think we can get playoffs, regardless of yesterday's result. Obviously, as fans, we have to be disappointed, but like feel a bit down. I said, first game of the season, if you lose a game, that's it. You think that's it, it's over. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think if we'd have drawn the game or won the game, we'd have been saying, yeah, we're winning championship or we're playoff. I still think we've got playoff position quality.
Yeah,
we're not championship winners, no doubt. But
fair point. I mean, yeah, it is one of those, isn't it? You know, it is, and you know, if you remember last season as well, we lost 5-1 to Fulham on the opening day, so we don't seem to do well on the opening day anyway to go to the club.
No, and I think if you remember, when we had Smith Rowe and things like that, we had some players and Cowley brothers for some reason. We ended up being in a relegation battle with the team we actually had. Like, oh my god! And look at them now. But yeah, it is one of them. But yeah, hopefully, mate, if you're going to Birmingham, just make sure you message me when you do get your ticket, and then obviously as soon as they come on release for me, I'll definitely get them, and then obviously we'll get club coached because I'll be getting club coached. It's too expensive on a train, mate. And
yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Well, what I'll do is I'll just wait until you can buy them, and then we'll get them together. Cool. But yeah, just one final comment here, and we are wrapping up very shortly. When you look at the 12th agency, it was around 450 for an adult for us too. So things will have to go up, and I will have to assess it when the time comes. If not, it's Gorka United for me. Yeah, I mean, it's sad though, isn't it? If prices do, if you do get priced out of going to, your team that you want to go and watch, really. So,
but I mean, there's ways around that. I think obviously when season tickets are like that, if for example the season tickets ever went to that price again, obviously I'm not a season card holder now, and 250 quid, on a weekly basis, I probably could afford that. So if prices do go up to that, then obviously the season cards might drop, but then maybe you just probably have to just start buying single tickets and avoid certain games. Like if we were playing, for example, I'll use yesterday as an example. If you know that, but let's say Burnley and Birmingham, I'd probably avoid going to Burnley, and I'd just go to Birmingham if I couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Just to obviously more.
Yeah.
It's probably not. It's not as fun for fans, is it? If you're not a season card holder, I guess.
No, it's not. I mean, if you want to be going week in, week out as well, you do want to be getting a season card just to be able to, obviously. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But it is one of those. But yeah, obviously, I've moaned a lot in this video, so I do apologise if people have hated my moaning. But I'm just very passionate and emotional about this club. Like I said, I love the club. I expect better from the club. And I know that we'll be better than what we did, what we showed yesterday. But it is one of those. We move on to Birmingham with another Friday night game actually next week, of course.
I got home. Do you know what time I got home last night? I got home at midnight last night.
Did you? But whereabouts do you travel from then?
Pontefract.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's not too far, but yeah. It's just, and then obviously on the train, because I got train, it were I had 5 minutes to get to the train station for my train from Huddersfield Town Stadium.
Oh gosh.
Obviously for me, I don't like to walk out. I literally stayed till the final whistle. I know some people go just to get out with car parking and that, but yeah. And then I had 5 minutes to run to the train station, get my train, and then I was stuck on a train with Burnley fans and stuck on it. And then I got to Leeds train station and these Burnley fans behind saying "you're fucking shit, you," and I couldn't really disagree with them. Like if we'd have drawn or won, I'd have probably said "f you" and stuff. But they were actually right. We were shit yesterday. So It would just,
They
it
were,
was just
but
more embarrassing than all.
yeah, there's no worse though than go on your way home and you're surrounded by opposition fans that have actually won a game. So it is. I know what you're saying. I mean, it is one of those. But yeah, like I said, thank you for coming on. It's been great.
No problem. Yeah, right, mate. Yeah, I'll send you a message about Birmingham, pal. All right.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers.
Pal.
Take care. See you later. Yeah, so thank you so much to John for coming on and sharing his views. It has actually prolonged the video a bit more as well. So like I say, guys, I do apologise if I have moaned a lot in this video. It is just really frustrating. Obviously, last night, obviously, it's still only early days. So there is hope. There is hope. We go to Birmingham next Friday night. I'll be there. I'll be doing a vlog for that game. I promise you this time. I do promise you. And yeah, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you do like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, I am on the road to 200 subscribers. I actually said it, and then I actually thought, wait, is that true? Yes, it is true, Ryan. It is. It is true. But yeah, like I say, you can follow me across all my socials. It is in the description below, but obviously you can find me on HTFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter. So please give me a follow on them as well. Obviously keep up to date with everything that I do, of course. I'll be obviously heading to Wembley tomorrow. Again, I'll be back at Wembley for the first time since our playoff heartbreak. As I, this time, go and watch the England women's team play in the Euros final, of course, against Germany. So I'll be vlogging that game as well, guys. So please stay tuned for that. Probably going to wait until Monday morning to release that vlog, to be honest with you, because it will be very late by the time I get back on Sunday night. So I'm not going to be editing the video when I get. I'll be too tired for that. So yeah, stay tuned for that on Monday morning. And yeah, it can only get better, Town fans. It can only get better. It is only one game in, like I said. So there is hope for us, like I said. So yeah, have a good rest of the weekend, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.